All right, let's dive right into this clinical explainer. Today, we're documenting the Phase 1 entry for market DNA cycle XAU_2_1. We have a highly structured data set in front of us, and we're going to move directly through the visible parameters of this specific cycle. Let's get started. Before we go any further, we absolutely have to lay down the mandatory system boundaries. This is vital. What we're doing here is public model documentation. It is not financial advice. Strict capital rules apply, leverage above 10 is strictly prohibited, and you should never invest essential personal funds. We are strictly documenting the system's structural state. Here's our explainer agenda for today. We'll cover system constraints, Phase 1 initialization, structural sizing and risk, predefined structural destinations, and finally, scenario return estimates. Starting with Section 1, System Constraints, Aseptic Observation. Our observation protocol demands the neutral logging of visible events only. That means absolutely no technical analysis, no fundamental analysis, and zero quantitative pattern recognition applied. We narrate only visible events and user-provided data. If there is any future movement or missing data, it is strictly classified as not shown.
Moving right along to Section 2, Phase 1 Initialization for cycle XAU_2_1.
So looking at the data as of May 27, 2026, the visible asset is XAU, currently at Phase 1 entry. You'll see prices at M, and we have a predefined trapezoid time duration of exactly 24 days. We are observing the boundaries here. That includes Triangle 1, Triangle 2, and Triangle 3, right alongside the main trapezoid. Remember, we don't predict price movement here. We just neutrally document this active geometric environment. Now let's log the predefined structural entry coordinates. Primary entry, M, is located at 4,427.416. Then we have secondary entry, PC, located at 4,231.516. Now PC may or may not actually be reached, but both are strictly logged under Phase 1. And right in the middle, the mean entry sits exactly at 4,329.466.
Next up is Section 3. Structural sizing and risk, deterministic inputs.
All right, let's calculate the risk framework sequentially. We start with a hypothetical capital of $100,000. Our expected max drawdown limit is set at 5%, which equals $5,000. The third triangle domain is 12.56%. We simply multiply that domain by our risk coefficient of 2, and that gives us a total risk domain of exactly 25.12%.
When we apply that 25.12% risk domain, it gives us an expected low price of $3,241.09. Factoring in the 100-ounce contract size outputs a total position size of approximately 0.04. So when you split that across entries M and P, each trade size is precisely 0.02.
Now this brings us to a required structural rule, and I'm going to read this verbatim from the system documentation so it's perfectly clear. Both trade sizes are calculated using the hypothetical capital, the investor's maximum allowed drawdown, the third triangle domain percentage, the risk coefficient, and the contract size.
Let's move into Section 4, Predefined Structural Destinations.
Here we're logging the three predefined targets for this specific cycle. Target 1 is the mirror or lower trapezoid boundary at $4,487. Target 2 is apex N at $4,701, and target 3 is the trapezoid top at $4,980. Keep in mind, these are fixed structural coordinates. Now for Section 5, Scenario Return Estimates. Quick note here, we are just calculating simple arithmetic outcomes. We are absolutely not projecting which path will actually occur. Let's run the math. Scenario 1 assumes entry at M and a full exit at target 3. The expected profit there is $1,105, which translates to an expected annual return of 16.73%. On the other hand, Scenario 2 assumes both M and P are triggered, exiting at target 2 and target 3. For that scenario, the expected profit is $2,050, putting the expected annual return at 31.17%.
And that brings us to Section 6, Conclusion, System Documentation Sign-Off.
All right, the Phase 1 entry for cycle XAU2-1 is now fully logged. The structure is set. As time progresses, which structural threshold will price interact with next?